Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Rosano, and this is episode 188 of Online Marketing Moves. Today is Saturday, January 30th, 2021. At the time of this recording, today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about automation. How do you get a little automation going in your business? How do you start to get ahead of the content so you can have it in the can, as they say, upload it, and keep your business rocking and rolling. Keep your content rocking and rolling. Now, the reason why you want to have some automation in your business, the reason why you want to have extra episodes, extra videos, extra emails, the reason why you want to have this stuff at hand is because sometimes in life, things come up. Now, I will tell you like this. In August of this year, my wife and I, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having a baby. Yay! Okay? So we are going to have a child. So for that first week or two, probably first 2 weeks, I will be readily unavailable. So what am I going to do from here? Today, the time is January the 30th. I have until August, Lord willing, everything works out the way it's supposed to. The baby's born August, late August, I believe. For those 2 weeks, last week of August, first week of September, I will be probably unavailable. Very, very busy changing diapers, making sure my wife's okay, making sure the baby's okay, I'll be a very busy person. So what am I going to do up until that time? Well, during the summer, of course, I will start producing more videos. I will start making more podcasts. So that way I can get ready to upload them. Because this is what you have to do. If you want to do automation, you upload a video. You upload a video, have it. You can schedule it on YouTube. You can schedule a video. And I do the podcast from Anchor. You can schedule a podcast. And then that way you can set it and you can forget about it. And then it just automatically keeps popping up. So this way you never lose track of time. You never lose the momentum that you have created. You know what I mean? You want to keep the momentum going. You want to keep because you don't want to take 2 weeks off, especially when you're really gaining steam, because every day we pick up the more podcasts that I produce, the more podcasts that you produce, the more videos you produce, the more Facebook streams that you do, whatever you do to get content, whatever you do to make content, whatever, however you work it, the more of it you produce, the more people find you. Of course you market yourself, but people will find you because of you marketing yourself and word of mouth. So let's say by the time August rolls around for me, I will have a year of podcasts under my belt. So even when I go those 10 to 14 days of not being available, I will have, emails uploaded. I will have podcasts uploaded. And by then I will definitely have videos uploaded. So I will have everything rocking and rolling for the affiliate marketing business. You know what I mean? So that way money can still be flowing in. People can still be getting fresh content, It'll be up-to-date content. And I won't lose any steam. So this is sometimes why you have to automate. Some things you want to have, automation for, Everything doesn't have to be automated. But at the same time, sometimes if you're going on a trip, and some days you just want to get away. Some days you don't want to. It's like, it's a couple Sundays that I pre-recorded a podcast episode. And, or I recorded it Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, I'm like, all right, Sunday I can sleep in, and it's great. It works out. Automation. Automation is not a bad thing. Sometimes automation is a beautiful thing. And for this instance, especially because you and I, we are running businesses. You and I are self-employed. My wife, she's self-employed. So for us, you want to make sure that money is still going to come in whenever you take a vacation, whenever you go on a trip, whenever something happens to you, for you or your family, as exciting as having a baby, or, the death of a loved one. You want to be there for your family. So if you just keep a few podcasts, a few videos, a few emails, and you could always, the best thing about emails is if you have one email that worked for you a long time ago, make sure when you have the get response, because I have get response, the one thing I want you to do, and this is about organization, the one thing that you should do is label every email in a specific way. So that way, you don't have to try to look at the email to see what it is. Write out, because they have where you can write out. You write out the email. You know what I mean? You can write it out. You can try to explain to yourself what it is. That way, when you go back down, if you want to set up a week or 2 weeks worth of emails while you're gone or while you're doing whatever, you can go to your best emails. You can grab those and you can use those because every day, every week, your list will grow. Every week, my list grows. Every week, the email list grows. So you get new people. And plus, the people that are already on your email list, everybody doesn't open your email list, Everybody doesn't open your emails. Your email open rate will never be 100%. Most of the time, it's not even 50%. 30, 40%, sometimes 20%. It just depends. It just depends on your audience. It just depends on how engaged they are. But you can always go back, grab old emails, upload them. You can even do this with podcasts, and you can definitely do this with videos. If you have some older videos, or if you tell people, hey, if you have a new audience, you say, hey, you might be, because I've thought about this, because eventually with the podcast here, people that have been with me from the beginning, they already know the troubles of the podcast in the beginning. It's very choppy. Sometimes the sound was bad. A lot of different variables. But sometimes if you want to be a leader, if you want to be, a leader of a group, if you want to lead people, you have to show people the warts. You have to show people the good side and the bad side of the growth that you have produced. You have to show people. You have to, you could, and also it will help you motivate people. If you say, hey, like if I give people like the first 5 episodes of the podcast 1 week, I said this is the throwback week. If I build, when I build an audience more and more, get more people, and they're gonna hear the polished, they're gonna hear the, the great sound, the great studio, all that stuff. But in the beginning, I was recording from a truck. I was recording from different states. I did a lot of ums, a lot of ahs, a lot of different things that was not, of course it wasn't great, but I could show people, say, hey, this is where I started from. So, of course, everybody says, if I can do it, you can do it. But it's actually true, All you have to do is just have the mindset that, hey, I can do this. Why not me, Why not me? Why not now? You got to have the right mindset. Action, 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 That was one good thing about the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, by O.G. Mandino. The main word in the book was action. The guy was like, all right, I'm just going to take action. Every day, action, action, action. But getting back to the point, when you tell people your background story, when you tell people you come from, you tell people, say, hey, listen to this, or hey, watch this video for me in the beginning. It can inspire some people, because still one of my biggest, the episode that people go back to and listen to a lot is the first one, when I say the journey begins, and that's the first video, that's the first podcast. So that's something you can do. It's just like whenever you listen to Howard Stern, he goes on vacation. They upload the best of, or they have different clips from different shows. There's a lot of things you can do. This is why content creation is so good, and this is why automation sometimes is great, because if you go on a trip, the best feeling in the world would be for you and I. We take a vacation. You take a vacation. You don't look at your phone for 3 days. You come back 3 days later and you see, oh, I'm still making money. That will be a great feeling. While you're out spending money, you're still making money. That's the beauty of automation. This is why you want to run a business like this is why you want to run like an affiliate marketing business or online business or any kind of business like that where you can not have to be there all the time. Of course, I'm not saying, I'll just disappear forever, but times like that where you can take a vacation and you can still make money, that's the beautiful thing. In the profession, profession that I'm in, truck driving, I have to be there every day, no matter, I would have to own trucks, but still I wouldn't be able to just drop everything and say, I don't need to watch it. You couldn't go 24 hours without not getting a phone call from somebody about a truck, Something would happen, freight wouldn't work out, something would break down, somebody would call you, But with an online business, every now and then, you could put it down for 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, a couple of days, and you could relax. I remember I knew I was going to be busy a couple of days. I recorded some podcasts, upload them, and then I was driving the next day. I'm working, doing stuff with my wife, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did a podcast. Let me check it out. I looked, I said, oh, people downloaded it, cool, and you keep going, you keep moving. It's a beautiful thing, automation. So don't be afraid of automation. Some things you want. That's another great thing about affiliate marketing, especially when you get, one of the most important things that you want to do in affiliate marketing is you want to build up an audience. Make sure you're building up listeners. Make sure you're building up an audience. Make sure you're getting a following. Because, as you well know, don't get discouraged, but the smaller the number, the smaller the chance of you, making a sale, Unless it depends, I should take that back. It depends on what you are talking about. It depends on the category that you are in. It depends on the group that you are in, So, but still, the bigger the audience, the more of a chance you have to make sales on a regular basis, on a daily basis. And that is the goal. The goal is to start making. I don't know how much you want to make. I can't tell you what you want to make, how you want to make it, but the goal is to make a certain amount of money every day to free yourself from the job that you're in, unless you enjoy the job you're in, Like me, I enjoy my job, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of time. It's 12 hours out the day. 12 hours out of the day. That's a lot of time. And there's a lot of time it takes up. So for me, now especially, since, wife is going to have a baby, I don't want to be gone away from the kid 12 hours a day, 8 hours I can handle, but I'm just more excited. For me, I'm more excited about running a business. I'm more excited to do a podcast than I am to deliver a load. So I spend most of my time thinking about this business, thinking about, how to ratchet up, how to get it going. But don't worry, you will get to that point if you're not at that point already. But you definitely want to think about automation, because automation is good for vacations, it's good for births of babies, it's good for if you just want to take a little break. Sometimes you might need 24 hours. Maybe you just want to sit on the couch and sort of, hang out. Or you might have a day where you have some family coming in and you're like, well, I want to spend a couple of days with my family. I don't want to have to think about producing content. So produce the content early, you upload it, to be ready to go. So I hope this helps. This episode, we'll do more and more videos about automation, because once you start bringing some money in, you might want to get a virtual assistant. So that will also help with automation. That will also help you with time management. we will dive more into time, automation, and all that, as we move forward with the podcast, And I know lately sometimes I've missed a day or two, but please forgive me. Me and my wife, found out a couple, not a couple, not a couple weeks ago. I think she told me right around the 1st of January that she was pregnant. So that's been a big change around here. That's been a big change in the Risano household. So been doing that, having to figure out, figure out which room we're gonna put the baby in, figure out, what we're gonna buy, figure all this stuff out. This has been an exciting time, and last couple of weeks, I think me personally, I feel like I've been a little inconsistent, but we are gonna get things back to normal. I figured out this work schedule that I'm in, so figured that out. The wife is healthy and happy and, pregnant. So we'll get the podcast back. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the second thing we're going to work on besides, I've already did the work. I've already done the work with the baby. It's so funny how, not to get off into a different tangent, but it's so weird how, as a man, and my wife is pregnant, she's going through the whole pregnancy thing, you know what I mean? Like the morning sickness and all that kind of stuff. And I just sort of look at her, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? And there's nothing really it's nothing, of course, rub her back and things like that, which is cool, which is, I love it. But not a lot for me to do. Sort of hang out, be patient, go pick up popsicles and things like that. My wife, she has discovered that the thing that she can drink the most is tea. We've been drinking a lot of tea. Well, not we, but she's been drinking a lot of tea. So it's very interesting, this whole pregnancy thing. But we'll be back tomorrow with another hard-hitting episode. But yeah, we will do more things. And before I drifted off into the whole pregnancy thing, I am going to be in the midst of cleaning out a room because I am finally going to get into some action and try to build out this studio that I have been rapping and yapping about for the last 3 or 4 months. The action taking time is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to build the studio. I got most of the equipment. The only thing I need is I got to buy some headphones, and that's going to be Friday. So, but first thing I got to do is clean it out because this is a pretty junky room. But going to clean things out. Got to figure out these acoustics. Got to figure out the whole setup. Once I do, I will take pictures, and you will be able to check them out. But in the meantime, and in between time, we will talk to you tomorrow with another podcast. Like I said, please forgive me. I know the podcast we've been a little hit and miss the last couple of weeks, but we have a little baby Risano coming down the pipe. But until tomorrow, as always, I'll talk to you later. And as always, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I say to you, peace.